Good morning. It's January 23rd, 2024. Yesterday, on January 22nd, we had a storm event, and this video is intended to provide an overview of how the gravel construction project impacted, mostly in a negative way, the drainage improvements and some of the drainage and deferred maintenance issues surrounding the property on lot number 143. What we're going to do is take a look at the patio area, then we're going to move over into the alley itself and look at how storm runoff was handled by this new gravel remediation project. We also tested a transfer pump, which basically is moving water out of the foundation of the home on lot 143 into the street. And so we'll take a look at that and see how that helped improve, or not so much improve, but get rid of some of the water that accumulated along the foundation of lot 143. So as we go through it, feel free to reach out with any questions you might have or any thoughts or comments you have on the video. So we're going to go ahead and get started and take a look at the patio area in lot 143. All right, here we are in the patio area of lot 143, in which it is accumulating along the foundation of lot 144. And this is the result of the gravel that is piled up in the alley against the fence, which is preventing the runoff from reaching the alley and the swale. This is a view of the transfer pump that we installed. This was filled with water until we turned on this little transfer pump, which again pulled water away from the foundation. We dug that little hole to place the pump, and you can see the yellow hose runs out into the street. Again, this helped, but this is not really the permanent fix. The problem is that water is permeating or percolating through the fence into the patio area. So not only doesn't it drain out of the patio area into the swale in the alley, but in fact the opposite is also happening, with water, storm runoff in the alley percolating through the gravel into this trench. And again, here's an example of what that transfer pump was able to get out of the alley. So that definitely did have a positive impact, but obviously having a transfer pump set up in the backyard is really not the ideal situation. And again, you can see water is still ponded along the foundation of lot 144. Again, it's being prevented from draining out into the alley because of the gravel berm that was built. So it's really not performing as it should. Now we're going to go around and take a look. Here we are on Endless Sky. We're at the swale termination point. This drain pipe under the sidewalk is barely draining the water, and this is in part because of the catch basin which we're stepping over is actually built higher than the swale itself. You can also see the reflection, thank goodness, of the sunshine which has come out, and you can see how water is continuing to pond. Now what's difficult to see in this video is the fact that the water, the storm runoff, is actually percolating through the gravel and is piled up and ponding against the fence and against the wall. And again, we're looking at the patio area of lot 143 here, and you can see how water in the patio area cannot drain out of the patio into the swale in the middle of the alley. And again, the other issue that we're finding as a result of this botched gravel construction project is that there are high spots in the swale that's preventing water from draining out into the street. So this little ponded area that's ponded all the way up against the house is a result of the high points in the alley. Now we're going to take a close look. You can see how water has ponded up against the house permeating or percolating is what I meant to say, through the gravel. Again, you can see here, this is the that little black piece of plastic pipe right there. That's the sewer clean out right here, and this sewer clean out is actually covered with water, and you can see again water has percolated through the gravel and is ponding up against the house. Again, splashing my hand in there to give you a feel of how much water is actually percolating. And this water is percolating through the entire length of the foundation of not only Lot 143, but also Lot 144. Again, this remediation effort, while I certainly appreciate any effort, was just simply not done right. And we're going to go through some of the issues that we're seeing. Again, the rain has stopped, so it gives us a good view of how that water just simply will pond and accumulate and will simply sit there until it eventually percolates into the ground and into and underneath the foundation of the home on Lot 143. Again, we're heading west, and again, you can see the high spots in the gravel. This is the alleyway between lots 146 and 147, and what happens is, again, it's not draining out into the swale and being carried out. Now, as we look down facing east, lot 143 is on camera right. You can clearly see the high spot in the swale, which is preventing storm runoff from flowing towards the street. So it just simply sits there, not only in the middle of the alley, but it's difficult to see in this video. It actually percolates through that gravel and is accumulating against the foundation of lot 143. As we start walking east, this is the gutter downspout on the home on lot 143. And again, the splash guard is catching that water as it comes out of the gutter, out of the downspout, and is pushing it through the middle. Now, one of the issues that we believe is a serious one is, again, the fact that gravel is piled up against these fences. This is the patio area of lot 1, I believe that is. And again, it doesn't allow the storm runoff out of that patio area to flow into the swale. The other issue with the swale is that it's just simply not deep enough. The engineers that have looked at this, whether it's the Dudek engineering folks or other, recommended a much deeper and more contoured swale that meets the original specifications approved in the precise grading plan by the city of La Quinta. Another problem, as I mentioned a moment ago, is that the swale termination point, the gravel is piled up higher than the catch basin, and the catch basin is piled higher than the swale, so water is still not able to drain out. And you can see on the right side there how water is ponded up against the house, not only on lot 144, which was to camera right, but also to the left, which is out of camera's view on lot 145. And again, you can see the poorly constructed catch basin is not doing what catch basins are supposed to do, which is to catch the water, hold the water, and have the water easily flow out underneath the sidewalk through that 4-inch pipe. Again, we're taking another walk going westward, and again, you can see the high spots in the swale. It was just simply not constructed. It really never had a chance to perform as it should. And these modifications were not approved by the city of La Quinta as is required in the association CC&Rs. Any modifications made to any of the drainage improvements in the entire community, not just in this alley, must be approved in writing by the city, and that has not happened. And that was verified during a recent meeting I had with some of the city leaders. So again, this was poorly designed, poorly constructed. It needs to be remediated. Again, this is the catch basin, and you can see that the catch basin literally is built higher than the swale. Okay, now we're taking a walk in the alley behind lot 142, and as we can go through, you can see this has not been improved. This is the unmaintained original condition of lot 142 on camera right, and lot 141 is on camera left. And you can see what's happening. Water coming off the roofs is simply ponding in the middle of the alley here. Again, the rain has stopped, but in a serious rain, this would be entirely flooded. And you can see those boulders that were placed along the edge here is preventing storm runoff from flowing between the alleys of lot 142 and 141 from flowing into the alley. Again, this is lot 146 and lot 147. Again, water and the swale has not been designed or been maintained or designed to flow that water out between their alley into the middle of the swale. Again, you can see just barely in the reflection of the sunlight the fact that this was not done correctly. Here's a copy of the Dudek Engineering's memorandum on the issues related to lot 143. I encourage you to read it. Stop the video, read it. Here's page 2, along with their recommendations on remediation. While I don't agree with everything that Dudek says, they actually did a pretty good job, and it is consistent with the other 2 engineering studies that were done by 2 other prominent engineering firms who understand the issues related to drainage and so on. This is a copy of the overlay that Dudek put together, that's overlaid onto the original precise grading plan that was approved by the city of La Quinta. And it gives you a flavor for their recommendations for remediation. I might add the gravel construction project that we just reviewed followed none of these recommendations. And again, this study was commissioned by the Homeowners Association. Again, as we close this up, I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and feel free to reach out with any questions or comments.